Ladies, gentlemen, non-binary and gender-fluid individuals, cyborgs, androids, interdimensional eldritch horrors, and Dustin, Lucas, Ellen, and Mike riding on a bike. Welcome to the Crushing Deep. Welcome back. I have much to say, but not a lot to show in regards to the game development, and that's sort of what I want to talk about. But first I'm going to go back to the render challenge I mentioned at the end of my last video. Clinton Jones, aka Punisher, formerly of Rocket Jump and Corridor Digital, hosts biannual render challenges, which I have entered into on 2 previous occasions. I had hoped to enter the last one, titled Rampage Rally, but the scope of my idea was a little beyond my capabilities. As you can see from these examples, the idea was to show a vehicle of some kind in movement with a jump. My idea was to have a scene that looked like it was made using Lego and stop motion animation that would show the Ecto-1 travelling along New York Street, passing the famous firehouse, and in the distance the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man causing destruction. The Ecto-1 would drive up a pile of rubble from a destroyed building and jump over the Marshmallow Man as one of the Ghostbusters blasted him from the gunner's seat of the car. As you can see, I built a model of the Ecto-1 out of Lego and a couple of variations with the seat emerging. When I went to animate this, however, I noticed that there was not enough steps for it to seem like the seat was emerging slowly, and instead it looked more like the seat merely appeared. I could animate it to happen smoothly, but that would have betrayed the stop motion illusion because the bricks couldn't physically fit in the in-between spaces needed for the motion of that kind. In addition to that, the building of the models was taking a very long time. I used some software I wasn't previously familiar with, and building a model still required placement of each individual brick just like it would have in real life. Halfway through the allotted time frame for the challenge, I hadn't even finished the firehouse, let alone come close to finishing a whole New York street, and I barely began the Marshmallow Man. In addition to this, I was having difficulty getting the materials right to look good in Unreal Engine. I could easily make the scene look great in Cinema 4D, but the render time in Cinema 4D would be very slow. With a full-time job and being a single parent of 3 children, it became clear that there was simply no way I could finish this in time. Even if I managed to model everything, there wouldn't be time left to render in Cinema 4D, and there wouldn't be time to learn the skills I needed to make it look good in Unreal Engine. I enjoyed the experience and learned a lot, so I see it as a net positive, but I stopped working on it and moved on to going back to my game Pardon Me Bot. Since I last uploaded, I've created a bathroom for communal areas like the lounge and dining car, as well as beginning work on what will one day be a robot bartender. So let's roll and go. The brass band's playing by the platform gates. The gears start turning, can't be late. Got my tickets and I've also started building a 1940s style computer cabinet which will fill one of the Ford cars to control the robot bartender and stewards in the other cars. I've also started on some sound design elements such as the music you're hearing right now. I've also started adding other cars in the game engine itself, but I haven't yet upgraded my graphics card, and so it's still really struggling with low frame rate. And as my PC is now several years old and I'm starting to notice it struggle more and more with other tasks that it used to sail through smoothly, I think therefore that I'm going to have to buy a whole new PC rather than just a graphics card to finish this project, and until I do there's always going to be limited progress. For that reason, I'm thinking it's time to rethink how I approach this whole thing. I set up this channel to drum up excitement about my game to help sales once it was ready, but I feel like all I've been doing is showcasing my failures. The videos are almost as much work as the game itself, and most have been made in a hurry and do not reflect the level of quality I'm striving for, or I feel represent my true potential. I'm leaving this video here for the next 3 months so that the few people who actually care can see this update, and then I'm going to delete all of the videos on this channel. I'm not deleting the channel itself, nor am I stopping work on the game, but the next video I'll upload will be in 2 or 3 years with a polished trailer for the game. Thank you to all who have followed me thus far on my journey. This is the Crushing Deep, signing off. See you all on the other side.